Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another lesson of Polish for beginners. So today we will learn the months of the year and other time-related phrases. So this will be a continuation of the previous lesson which we had on days of the week. So let's get right into it. Zaczynajmy. Alright, so first let's go through the months and their pronunciation. Styczeń, styczeń. Luty, luty. Marzec, marzec. Kwiecień, kwiecień. Maj, maj. Czerwiec, czerwiec. Lipiec, lipiec. Sierpień, sierpień. Wrzesień, wrzesień. Październik, październik. Listopad, listopad i grudzień, grudzień. Now that we know the months of the year, let's look at how we can use them in different contexts. So just like we learned last time, we can add the word zeszły or zeszła to say last January or last May. But now a question for you. Which of the months in Polish actually have a feminine gender? Do you know? So actually, none of them have a feminine gender. They all have a masculine gender, which makes it easier for us because we will only add one of the versions of the word zeszły, zeszła, and it will be zeszły because that's the masculine gender of this adjective. So you can say zeszły styczeń, zeszły luty, zeszły październik, and so on. Alright, and now to say that now it's June or now it's July, we can say teraz jest czerwiec. Teraz jest czerwiec. So now it is June. And bear in mind that the months that I showed you at the beginning are in the nominative case, which is the basic grammar case in Polish. And that's why when we say the month in this sentence, it's also the nominative case, because this specific verb requires the nominative case of any noun. So in this case, the noun is the month. All right, now let's look at the word month. And in Polish, it's miesiąc, miesiąc. So to say every month, maybe you remember from last time, we will just add co in the front and it will be co miesiąc, co miesiąc. And to say the next month, it will be kolejny miesiąc or następny miesiąc. And it's kolejny and not kolejna because the word miesiąc is a masculine noun. So following this logic, you would also say zeszły miesiąc, meaning last month. So it can be następny miesiąc, kolejny miesiąc, zeszły miesiąc. And we can also say a month ago, that would be miesiąc temu, just like we had in the previous lesson tydzień temu. Now we have miesiąc temu. And if we want to make the word miesiąc into plural, it will be miesiące. So you can say co 2 miesiące, co 3 miesiące, co 4 miesiące, and so on. And going backwards, you can also say 2 miesiące temu, 3 miesiące temu, and so on. And now a question for you. How would you say that my favorite month is, and then you can complete the sentence as you wish. And a hint for this is that the word favorite in Polish, it's ulubiony or ulubiona, depending on which noun we pair it with. So in the case of miesiąc, it's going to be ulubiony miesiąc, meaning favorite month. So how would you complete the whole sentence? My favorite month is. So I could say mój ulubiony miesiąc to jest sierpień. Mój ulubiony miesiąc to jest sierpień. And just like with the adjective, in this case favorite, the possessive pronoun, which is my, will also have to match the noun. That's why it's mój miesiąc and not moja miesiąc, because miesiąc is a masculine noun. Alright, now let's take it a step further. So, to say that my birthday is in, and then you say the month, or we're going on holiday in, this will actually involve changing from the nominative case to the locative case. And why is it changing? Because we're adding the preposition in before the noun. We will first have to use the word w, which means in, and then we will just change the month from the nominative case to the locative case. Let me show you how they sound in the locative case. W styczniu, w lutym, w marcu, w kwietniu, w maju, w czerwcu, w sierpniu, we wrześniu, w październiku, w listopadzie, w grudniu. And normally when we're talking in normal speed, we would actually kind of combine the two words into one, and it will not be w styczniu, we would actually say w styczniu. So the letter w kind of becomes more of an F sound. So it's w styczniu, w lutym, w marcu, w kwietniu. See, so sometimes you can't even hear the v that well. Okay, maybe at this point this might seem too overwhelming, and I don't want to overwhelm you even more with the grammar rules. So just to keep it really simple at this point, it's good to remember that the locative case of the noun is used when we want to answer the question when or where. So if you ask kiedy, when, kiedy, it will be w lipcu or w czerwcu. Alright, and finally let's put these phrases into full sentences. So the first phrase will be jedziemy na wakacje. Jedziemy na wakacje, which means we're going on holiday. So let's try to say that in July we're going on a holiday. How would you say that? W lipcu jedziemy na wakacje. So lipiec, the nominative case, changes to lipcu. And we're using it with the preposition in, that's why it's w lipcu. W lipcu jedziemy na wakacje. Let's try another one now. Spotykamy się. Spotykamy się, which means we're meeting or we meet, depending on the context. So how would you say that we're meeting every month or that we meet every month? And this time it's just the normal nominative case of the word month. Spotykamy się co miesiąc. Spotykamy się co miesiąc. And if I ask you now, kiedy masz urodziny? Kiedy masz urodziny? So, kiedy, maybe you remember from just a few minutes ago we had kiedy, which means when, and masz. This maybe should be familiar from the video that we did on what's in my bag. So, masz is you have. So, kiedy masz urodziny? How would you answer this question? Kiedy masz urodziny? Ja mam urodziny w sierpniu. A ty? Try to answer this question. You can say it out loud. Maybe you can write it down in the comments. Kiedy masz urodziny? Alright, now the next example is zaczynam nową pracę. Zaczynam nową pracę, which means I'm starting a new job. And how would you say that in April I'm starting a new job? W kwietniu zaczynam nową pracę. W kwietniu. And this one is maybe a little bit tricky to pronounce because we have the preposition w and then the next letters in the next word are K and then again W, which kind of creates this vk sound. So maybe tricky at first, but it just takes, some time in practice. W kwietniu. W kwietniu. If it makes it easy for you, you can try just to say the F instead of the V sound at the beginning. W kwietniu. And the last example. Dużo podróżuję. Dużo podróżuję. And this means I travel a lot. You can also say podróżuję dużo. We have this flexibility in Polish where you can kind of change the order in the sentence and it somehow still works fine. So you can say podróżuję dużo, dużo podróżuję. So how would you say that in December you travel a lot? W grudniu podróżuję dużo. W grudniu podróżuję dużo. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you learned something new. I hope that was useful and I accidentally also kind of introduced you to the locative case. So maybe it will be a little bit clearer for you when you come back to it in the future. Alright, dziękuję bardzo i do zobaczenia. Cześć!